You click to find out which sandwich chains to skip. Good call. Let's start with the one selling bread. Ireland's Supreme Court said is too sugary to legally count as bread, and tuna a lab couldn't confirm as tuna DNA. If that's the baseline, what else is just marketing with condiments?
We need to recognize that we have the basic rights to organize and just ask for safety. Nothing that we're doing is particularly radical. We just don't want to see profits being put over people.
He and staff members met this morning to discuss options for keeping both employees and customers safe. Franchise owner Daniel Clark says he has already gone above and beyond what the state requires, but he does also understands the employees' desire for better protection.
Stay with me for the clean swaps you can order today, like the Veggie Delight done right, plus a chain-by-chain map to avoid the mystery stuff and still eat fast, cheap, and honest. 5 minutes now could save you months of eating what's basically cake with mystery protein. Quick favor before we move on. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 92% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So did you subscribe already? Great, thank you so much for your support. Now back to the video.
Subway is taking inflation head-on, slashing the price on its signature foot-long sandwich from as much as $14 in some cities to just $6.99. Of course, that's still more than the $5 price tag when the sandwich was first launched years ago. That's put the food industry in a bind. The cost of food continues to rise, but consumers have reached a breaking point and are no longer willing to go along with price hikes on the menu. Of course, this is just a limited promotion geared at bringing more customers into the doors. You'll have to use the Subway app or a discount code on the website to get the deal. Like many other fast food and casual dining chains, Subway is trying to offset an inflationary spiral.
You think you're ordering a simple tuna on wheat because you want fast, cheap, healthy-ish. That's the promise. Fresh, made your way, and out the door in minutes. But here's the kicker. A court said their bread tilts so sweet it misses the legal bar for bread, and independent lab tests couldn't pin the tuna as tuna DNA. When the foundation wobbles, the whole sandwich gets shaky. Let's start with that sugar bomb loaf. Bread rules exist for a reason. Classic bread is flour, water, yeast, salt. When you load it with sugar and helpers, you don't just get a nicer rise. You change the game. Extra sugar makes the crumb soft and springy, keeps it from going stale, and lights up your sweet tooth so you want more.
But its CEO said in a press release, quote, "People continue to watch their spending, but don't want to sacrifice quality, quantity, and taste for value when dining on the go." According to the government's January Consumer Price Index, the price to eat out jumped 3.4% from the same time the prior year. Subway is in the hands of a private equity firm and doesn't disclose many numbers. Subway is delivering on all three with freshly made, great-tasting sandwiches at an exceptional value. Value is the name of the game in the food business right now. Go into any fast food chain and you'll see value menu options. The prices aren't as low as they were.
It's like building a salad on top of a donut and calling it balanced. You still get lettuce. You just started on dessert. That mismatch hits your healthy logic. You choose wheat to feel smart. But if the staple is engineered to eat like cake, the math goes sideways. The texture tells you. That squish, that candy shop smell when it toasts, the way it stays soft for days. Those are signs of a recipe built for shelf life and craveability, not straight-up bread. You don't need a lab to taste it. Your teeth know. Now about the tuna. When lab tests can't confirm tuna DNA in a tuna sandwich, that's not a tiny footnote. That's a blinking light. If the label and the test don't match, you have uncertainty on the plate.
All new at 9 amid a lawsuit asking if the tuna served at Subway restaurants is actually tuna. The national sandwich chain is revamping its...
I found out yesterday we had free subs from 10 till 12, so I had a free turkey bacon, and it was delicious. It was on multi-grain, and they even had avocado on the side.
Cali Turkey, Subway's new and improved sandwich.
Subway offered its customers across the country 1 million of those for free Tuesday as part of the chain's new Eat Fresh, Refresh menu unveil.
You're paying for a known thing and getting a question mark. And the questions stack when the answers stay vague. The protein story keeps going. A former employee described certain chicken strips as wet paper towels and translucent, slimy, barely holding together, and said, "We called it ghost chicken because we weren't sure it was ever alive." Those words scream processing. That limp, Slick texture is what you see when meat is pre-cooked, brined, and padded with binders to trap water and boost yield. It's neat for margins. It's not great for your bite. Heavily processed proteins are often built, not cooked. They show up pre-cooked or vacuum-sealed, already salted, soaked, and stabilized. That's why they don't dry out on the line and why they taste uniform no matter who's on shift.
During the $1 craze of a few years back, but the deals are out there. McDonald's, Taco Bell, KFC have all found a measure of success with so-called value meals. Subway is tweaking its menu as well to include a value meal consisting of a sandwich, drink, and snack.
A class action lawsuit accuses Subway of fraud and false advertising over the content of its tuna sandwiches. Then the New York Times tested the meat and says it found no tuna DNA. Greg Wood doesn't work for Subway, but maybe he should. His positive review follows negative press Subway recently received for its tuna sandwiches.
The trade-off is the mouthfeel. Think sponge, not muscle. A real piece of chicken pulls and fibers. This stuff bends, then breaks. When your lunch chews like a bath toy, you're not crazy to ask why. So where do you land if you still want speed, price, and a meal you can trust? You strip it back to what you can see. The vegetables. The bread, if you're using it, needs one fix before the build. Heat. Toast the bread first. Empty. That short blast is a surface kill step. You're not sterilizing a hospital, but you are taking down what sits on the crust. Then pile on cold veg. Tomato, onion, peppers, cucumbers, spinach. Basic, visible, hard to fake. Skip the mystery proteins. Go with oil, vinegar, salt, and pepper. That's it. You get acid for brightness, fat for carry, and seasoning for punch. You don't need a squeeze of a sauce you can't name to make it feel like a sandwich. And you save money because the Veggie Delight usually costs less than the premium meat builds. Add extra veggies if you want weight. It still comes in cheaper and cleaner. There's another upside to the Veggie Delight path: control. You can see the tomatoes are red or pale. You can watch the knife. If the lettuce looks tired, you say no. This transparency you can eat. You're not betting on a slurry in a tub. You're picking pieces you can identify without a label. Is this perfect? No. The bread formula still leans sweet, but you cut out the biggest guesswork. You keep the speed, you keep the price in line, and you walk out with something built from parts you recognize. That's a better trade every time. And if speed is the sales pitch at other spots, think about what happens when those pre-made sandwiches sit at room temp without a heat step before you bite. The truth is, the simplest order wins. Fresh, visible vegetables built on demand beat a staged sandwich stacked on sweet bread and processed protein. You see every piece. You control the build. You cut the guesswork and the upsell. Try the Veggie Delight the clean way this week. Toast the bread empty, then load oil, vinegar, salt, pepper, and extra veg. If this gave you something to chew on, share it with one person who still orders the tuna. Like and subscribe to help us keep the spotlight on the food industry's best-kept secrets. Next, we map chains where room temp holding and no heat step turns lunch into a gamble.